Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Proof, and today we're checking in on the gold and silver charts. We'll take a look at some of the precious metals I've been stacking lately, and then dive into a few of the rules of the road that I've developed to remain consistent in my approach to stacking. However, before we get started, let's be clear about something. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am a faceless channel on YouTube sharing my approach to holding precious metals like gold and silver as savings in a well-diversified portfolio. And please remember, if you find value in the content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks in advance. I make regular bullion purchases as a form of savings. And because this is savings and not an investment, I do my best to ignore the daily movement in the spot price of either metal. For me, the best way to ignore price churn is to zoom out. This means I look at monthly charts and moving averages with a long duration to keep me in the game. Anything shorter, and I find myself drifting from my overall goal, which is to consistently build an emergency fund to break the glass on in the event that all my other emergency funds are used up. If I'm selling these metals in the next decade or two, something has gone really, really wrong. What works for you when it comes to chart voodoo? Let me know in the comments. The range between $1,800 and $2,000 has been a war zone for gold for almost 4 years. The yellow metal staged 3 rallies into 2000 and resistance over that time, forcefully punching through it on the 4th try. It was only a matter of time. So far in 2024, we've seen that resistance turn into support. Spot briefly retested 2000 in February before entering March shot out of a cannon to all-time highs. Remember, this is in 2024 dollars. We've got a long way to reach the inflation-adjusted all-time high. My take for March, I remain a buyer, but I'd welcome some churn in the area between 2,000 and 2,200, retesting support a few times over a few months before hopefully making a move higher. Silver has spent the last 13 years forming a massive wedge pattern. Inside that wedge, we've seen an agonizing pattern of chewing up silver stackers in the area between $20 and $25. Effectively, silver has gone nowhere since 2020. Here in March 2024, we find silver knocking on the top of that wedge pattern again. I'm not ready to call a breakout here. We'll have to wait a few more months before we find out how this story ends. But when it does end, holy hell, watch out because silver is going to run. Premiums have crashed this year, and I have been a buyer of silver eagles and maples in January, February, and here in March. One of the most important and painful lessons I have learned in stacking is to be consistent. This means buying on a consistent basis and looking at price in a consistent way, zooming out and looking at long timelines. This also means limiting myself to a few options, when premiums are high and when they are low. Compared to 2023, silver premiums have been really low lately, so I'm buying silver eagles, silver maples, and 90% silver in that order. If premiums increase, I'll move back to adding 10-ounce silver bars from the Royal Mint of Canada. I feel like I've gotten a few good premiums on 1-ounce and quarter-ounce Canadian gold maples this year. However, since Black Friday, I've been finding really solid premiums on British sovereigns and French 20-franc roosters. We're talking premiums around $10 over spot. So this means if I can't find a damn good deal on quarter-ounce maples or eagles, I am looking for sovereigns and roosters. There are a number of fractional gold coins out there that offer the same affordability, but again, staying consistent helps me stay tuned into price premiums, and it helps keep my stack organized. More than anything, I find these 100-year-old foreign options to be really cool. The St. George and the dragon design on the British gold sovereign was designed by Benedetto Pistrucci in 1817, and it depicts St. George mounted on a horse, sword brandished, and heroically slaying a dragon. The obverse is a timeline for an empire covering enough of the earth that the sun never set on it. I might like the French 20-franc coin even more. It features a proud rooster in full strut about the barnyard, asserting his rule on the reverse, symbolizing vigilance and civic virtue. Introduced in 1899, this emblematic design reflects French national identity and pride, representing the country's revolutionary ideals and cultural heritage, and possibly an affection for livestock. Both coins are government minted, widely known, and easy to liquidate. The downside? Yes, you're in for a minuscule premium, but you shouldn't expect more than spot when you exit. There is, as they say, no free lunch. That's about it for now. Today we took a look at how I stack gold and silver. There is no perfect way to do this, just the most perfect way for your particular situation. A rules-based approach keeps me engaged and consistent. What is the best rule you've made when it comes to stacking precious metals? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for your time. Cheers.